Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm sitting under the sun. It's heating up, 8 a.m. in the morning. So I decided to quickly test the LY250 FPV racing quadcopter. Turn on the radio, alright, and turn the quadcopter on using the on-off switch here. We also have the voltage meter right here, which shows you the voltage all the time, and I believe it also has a beeper. Alright, we have the live video here. All right, you can see on the screen. I don't know if you can see it. It's really bright. Let me put my shine my shadow on it. Okay, so here it is. The camera is getting darker and darker. I don't know why, but let's see how well it will fly. So let me put on the helmet and we'll fly it. Okay, well, it's really difficult for me to see the LCD, but here we go. Take off. It's amazingly quiet. I'm using 3-blade propellers. It's very quiet. I'm having difficult time seeing the LCD because it's really bright out here. So there's no way I can actually fly FPV. Right now I'm in altitude hold or attitude hold mode, that is balance and stabilize mode. And look at it. Wow, it's so smooth, no wobbling at all. Man, what a smooth quadcopter. Sweet. And plenty of speed. This is the attitude hold mode, I believe. It's pulling a lot of angle. I'm flying fast because I'm not worried. It says you have 10 to 15 minutes of flight times on this. Punch is not very strong. To climb up, descent is, of course, because of the gravity, is really fast, but punch is medium. I mean, it's not that aggressive punch. All right, so this is a stabilized mode and this thing is really stabilized. I'm really unable to fly FPV because I cannot see anything in this monitor. Right now I can see something, so I'm just trying to go farther. All right, that's far enough. That's far enough. Sorry, the camera was looking at the road because I'm looking at the monitor. So I will just keep my head up and put the eyes down. And maybe I will just stand and not fly FPV because it's really trouble to see clearly in the LCD. So clearly this is the biggest backdrop. They did not give us any shades or LCD covers to provide any kind of shade on the LCD so we can see anything. So it's really not good to fly on these kind of bright sunny days. But flying line of sight is simply a pleasure flying this thing. This thing is flying so nice. All right, so that was the attitude or altitude hold modes. Look how stable it is. Now let me see. All right, now let me see. Switch C should switch the modes. Okay, so I will switch to middle. C switches the mode, so I will switch to middle. And it is very difficult to switch because of the LCD here. It's really difficult to actually switch something without you know, disturbing or pulling down other switches. So this is another drawback. I mean, using these knobs and trimmers is a problem, and these dials because they're right under the LCD, and you know, switching different flight mode is a problem because you may touch the on-off button on the LCD. Anyway, so now we have another mode. Let's see how it flies. Whoa! Wow, it's pulling a lot more angles now. So let's see what this can do at this angles. Well, very difficult to control. The speed is pretty much the same actually. It's just that it's working harder and trying to balance itself, and it's pulling much more angles now. Well, almost crashed in the sand. I don't want to crash it in the sand because then the motors are done. All right, so this mode is pulling a lot of angles. Now it's time we test the third mode. And here we go. Third mode. Wow, it becomes completely sluggish now. Very sluggish. Look at that sluggish, the most sluggish flip I have ever done. It's the sluggiest quad ever. So basically, this is the acro mode. If this is the acro mode and it is this sluggish, oh my god, it is a totally no-no. I may hit myself because it takes time to respond to your controls. So I'm gonna put it in middle where we have more response. Okay. And I don't want to do aerobatics here because it may go crazy doing aerobatics. In this stabilized mode, this is superb. Total pleasure to fly this thing around in this mode. Very much tracked on its track, on its flight path. Very stable, like having an altitude hold or access lock on CC3D. I don't know, I think it is running a CC3D. Yeah, maybe CC3D Atom. But I mean, they did not tweak the third mode really nicely. So I have to tweak the quadcopter more. I believe it's running CC3D, and I need to tweak it according to my taste. That is the third flight mode. Instead of sluggish, we should make it even better, like aggressive, totally aggressive. I'm kind of having fun flying it over the sand. No FPV, no problem. Just fly over the sand, have fun. Yeah, not much aggressiveness here. So now I think I'm running out of battery because I'm not having much speed on throttle, or not much throttle response. I heard a kind of beep as well. Must be running out of battery because I'm not having much throttle response. Speed wise is still the same. I'm hearing 1 or 2 beeps as well. Woo, nice. I'm actually having fun, man. Yeah, I don't have much throttle. I hear beeps time by time when I hit the punch or a throttle. Yeah, we are hearing beeps. That means batteries are running out. Throttle is getting higher to hover. Okay, so I have just swapped the batteries. I took the radio batteries and put them in the quadcopter, and quadcopter batteries in the radio. So, but anyway, I have some battery and we can test the performance with the 2 blades, okay? 2 blade propellers, that is 6040 propeller. Still is quiet. It's not as noisy as my other quads are. Maybe because of the professionalism on those quadcopter, which actually screams. All right, here we go. Professionalism. Man, I love my words. All right, let's see the flight performance on 2 blades. But not as smooth as when I was flying it with 3 blade propellers. Yeah, it's shooting backward, trying to stabilize itself because I'm trying to pull more speed and more angle. I managed to switch it to another mode. Whoa, now it's behaving erratic. I mean, it's not fun to fly in this mode with 2 blade propellers. Switching back to altitude mode. Now I see some wobbles as well. In 3 blades it wasn't wobbling. Desert wind is starting as well. Soon the sand will be flying in my face. I hear the battery beeps, low battery warning. So, in the conclusion, I have to add something. When you swap the batteries, you don't have much flight time from those batteries, as the company claimed that when you swap the radio battery to the quadcopter battery, with the quadcopter batteries, you will have more flight time. You still have more flight time. Well, you have some, at least better than having completely drained batteries and going back for charging. At least you are having some flight time to fly around. So yes, it's actually not a con, it's a pro, and I need to add that in my conclusion. Sweet. I still like it with 3 blades. All right, let's not tease the baby more. Let's go and pack it up. This is one of the great landing spots for me. Hey, my ND4 filter for Phantom 4. Come here. Too far. It's still far. I am really lazy, man. My finger can touch touch it. Okay, I can pick it. I'm really lazy. Okay, so that's all for the testing of Longing 250 or LY250 FPV Racing ready to fly quadcopter. I like it with the 3 blades. It's smoother, it's quieter, and it's plenty of speed. And yes, swapping the batteries does give you more flight time, so it's better than having like, oh, battery's finished, now I have to go back and charge. So yes, this is a very nice thing in this quadcopter. You can swap the batteries with the radio batteries. I mean, put the quadcopter batteries in radio and radio batteries in quadcopter, you will still get plenty of flight time again to fly. So yes, that was a nice idea and it is working. I like it. So you have, like, for beginners, if this like I said, the beginners would love this quadcopter, and of course for beginners, a lot of flight times is one of the key. And this quadcopter has a lot of flight time on those 2 batteries that you can actually swap interchangeably between radio and the quadcopter. Okay, here we are. Let me conclude really quickly. Flying it is a breeze. It's such a nice feeling. It's very stable, it's soft, and it's totally responsive in the first attitude mode. Then in the middle, the second flight mode, it does pull much more angle and give you a bit of more speed maybe. And of course, and the verse mode is the third mode, where it becomes totally sluggish, and I actually pulled the sluggiest or the most sluggish, you can call it whatever you want, roll or flip. It was a back flip. That was the most sluggiest flip I have ever done, backflip I have ever done. So I would suggest you just keep in first 2 flight modes. They give you very good flight performance, and it's such a pleasure to fly in those flight modes. So coming to the LCD, it is really difficult to see anything on the LCD under such bright conditions here in Dubai or any other countries. They should provide the LCD shades so that you can actually see something. Now I will try to make a cardboard shades for this LCD so I can fly during the brighter days. Here always are brighter days in Dubai. So yes, LCD monitor, that is one of the cons, that you cannot see anything during bright sunny days. There is no sunshade here. The other con is these switches and these dials are really difficult to access because of LCD being right here, especially if you're going to change the flight modes. Normally you will touch the on off button on the LCD and you may just turn the LCD off. So these are really difficult to access, and this is a big no-no here. Apart from this, the radio has a flight data telemetry. It shows you the flight battery and it shows you the radio battery. The transmitter has the voltage telemetry. It will also beep if the voltage are dropping, so if you're far, you at least know your battery is running low. That is a nice feature right here. Of course, this is not Longing, this is the Fly Sky radio control, and they have this kind of telemetry in all of their radio controls. So in order to conclude, it does have its cons, it does have its pros. So far for the beginners, if we look at it, for the beginners, I see pros are more than its cons. Beginners can live with those little cons. For example, LCD need a shade. You can use a cardboard to make a shade. You can find a way. You can actually access these. You don't have to access the switches too often, so you can live with that. Apart from this, flying it, it's simply a breeze. Flying it, it's a pleasure. It flies very nice. It has plenty of speed for beginners. What I will try to do is see if I can lock onto its frequency using video goggles. Then I can get rid of LCD and fly FPV right here. And the second thing is we will find I will put LCD shades. I mean, I will make cardboard shade and then try to fly FPV and see what it feels like to fly FPV. So far, range wise, I did not have any glitches on the video, and I did not have glitches on the radio control range. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe because we upload regular and exciting RC videos.